saw it, so I got that. They're going down.
Oh my gosh, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Thank you for coming.
Am I writing?
I know, but I really wanted to be here, so thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm of course, thank you.
Hi, long time no see. Good to see you. Yes.
Oh,
How are you?
you want to
It's a date. It's 22. Oh my gosh, the book.
The book.
Yeah, there's a check behind it.
You doing well?
Yeah, we met again.
Thanks for joining, of course. Good to see you. How are you? I know. Good to see you. It's nice to finally be here at the center. How are you? Good to see you.
Nice to meet you.
Yes, nice to meet you. I thought you were first time. Yes. Oh my gosh. Sorry. How are you? Long time no see.
You don't know me anything. You're good.
Oh, good to see you.
Thank you for being here.
Of course. Happy to be here. Good. Oh, hi.
Congratulations, I haven't seen you since you got the ministry.
Oh, yeah,
been
thank
6
you.
months old now.
9. Yes.
June?
9 months.
Yeah, July, end of July. So yeah, like
9
just
months.
like blink by.
Yeah, that's
You're doing a great job.
Oh, thank you. Salamat.
amazing.
Maraming salamat.
Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. First of all, let us welcome Honourable Rechie Valdez to give her time to visit us in Montreal. She's the only Filipina who is elected Member of Parliament representing the riding of Streetsville, Mississauga. Rechie came here with the intention to meet the Filipino leaders, the Filipino community leaders, and every important people here in the community. She wished that she could meet everyone on the whole community, but of course, she would like to meet first the leaders. That's good. Everybody should be recognized. At least you can personally, one-to-one. Makita kayo ni Rechie mamaya. And now, introduce yourself to our guest here.
Yeah. My name is Paula Abdon. I'm the ex-officio of the Philippine Nurses of Quebec, Association of Quebec.
My name is Jeanette Pirigno. I'm the president of Kahirap Kahiligayon Association of Quebec. I'm the secretary as well of the Filipino Heritage Society of Montreal and some other organizations.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Remy Monteagudo. I'm representing the Quebec Council of Filipina-Canadian Business and Trade.
Hi, good afternoon to everyone, especially to our Member of the Parliament representing the Canada. I'm Josefa Nicolas, the President of the Philippine Benevolent and Scholarship Society. Thank you.
Judy Parado, President of PAMAS, 19 Kupong. Welcome everyone. I'm very happy, looking forward to staying longer today.
I'm Kemi. I'm a Quebec advisor for Minister Rechie Valdez.
Hi everyone, my name is Jabril. I also work for Minister Rechie Valdez, and it's a pleasure to be here.
Hi, my name's Callie. I also work for Rechie as well. Thank you.
Okay, I'm Paul Imperial. I represent the Caloocan Bisaya and the Panditinig Choral Ensemble.
I'm Angelita Ogario. I'm the past president of FAMAS, past president of the Filipino Nurses, past president of the Federation. And now I'm a volunteer.
Who am I? Everybody knows it. I contacted most of them. My name is Nida Kirapas, currently the president of FAMAS.
My name is Julian Arsenault. I'm Anthony Housefather's constituency assistant. It's good to be back here.
My name is Ed Tupas. I know most of these people except for Rechie. I know you're a minister from Ontario, and I wish to talk to you about something else in the future. I don't know if you've heard of the North American Basketball Association.
Not specifically.
Okay, because we have our intercity tournament in Ontario right now, and we'll do it back in 2026 in Ontario again. So hopefully we could link together and see what the minister can do for North American Basketball Association. I'm not gonna talk about the organizations here that I belong to because it's such a long list. Okay? Thank you.
I'm with my husband, Manuel Lagasca, the president of the Philcan Chess Club. And I'm also a member of the Filipino Catholic Mission of Montreal.
I'm Julie Tabamo.
representing Pangasinan Association of Quebec.
Welcome to Montreal, Madam Rechie. I'm Lolita Odulio. I'm the present chair lady of the seniors of the West Island and suburbs.
Mandon Lagasca II po, and I am currently heading the Philippine Chess Club of Montreal. Welcome po, Honourable Rechie Valdez.
Yes,
my name is Nicodemo Mazzone, and I'm the husband of my wife in here, Minda. And basically, I'm very, very, very happy to be with you guys.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Ms. Valdez. My name is Luz Minda Mazzone. Minda, too long. I'm the president of FFCAQ, and I'm happy to see all of you here today.
Hi everybody. I am, did you say fairly? I'm Marites. Yes, I know everyone here. And I'm the Marites of all the associations. And I represent the Filipino Star magazine.
Anthony, what is the Marites? I didn't know.
Marites is
the gossip person.
The gossip of the Filipino community.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Jerry Dancel, the President of the United Filipino Seniors of Quebec, and the Deputy Regional Commander of the Order, Knight of Rizal.
If you don't know my name, just say Godfather. That's all.
Say yourself, what's your name? Introduce yourself.
I made the minister already in Atwater last 2 weeks ago. And thank you for coming again. And we'll be hoping to meeting you and we could listen to our problems. We'll see, listen to our success.
I am Ray Balanse from the Columbia region. And at present, I am the chairman of the Board of Trustees of the FAMAS. And at the same time, I was just duly appointed as the regional commander of the Eastern Canada region, Knight of Rizal. Thank you. Welcome, our Honourable Rechie Valdez. Of course, I do speak for that.
Magandang hapon po, MP Rechie Valdez, MP House Father, and Sunny, and
Stephanie.
I'm Ricardo Ribay. I'm one of the founders of the Filipino-Canadian Tennis Association of Montreal, and we've been in existence since 1980. And we usually have, a series of what we call a friendship tournament between Ottawa and Montreal. And actually last year we had one already, and had one already organized in the month of June. So again, thank you and welcome.
Hi. I'm Andy Odulio.
Hello everybody. As you said, Dante Tabango. I'm representing one of the representative of farmers.
Rechie Valdez.
First of all, it's really an honor for me to be here. First time ever at this location. I hear about it quite often, but to be here in person and to have all of you come out and spend some time with me, it actually means so much. So thank you, Anthony, for joining. Everyone knows Anthony. He looks the best in a barong, don't you agree? Yeah. I'm just saying. Stephanie, Sunny, it's always good for you too. Every time I come here, the both of them are always here. So thank you so much. I know some of you know me, some of you don't. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit of a story, and I'll go into some of the other details. For the chess players, I just want to first say that my son and my daughter are learning. Just saying. And then from a basketball perspective, one of the things I did as my side hustle was I ran a not-for-profit basketball organization that facilitated both women and youth basketball games, and we raised money for Sick Kids Foundation and Montreal Children's Hospital. So I don't know if anyone here is from Bataan or Batangas, but my parents are from there, Bataan and Batangas. So they traveled, they first immigrated from there to Kitwe, Zambia, where my brother and I were born in Africa. So we both moved there first, and then after we immigrated here to Canada when I was 9 years old. And, you know, it's hard because sometimes, you know, I watched my parents raise my brother and I know the hardships that they went through, the amount of sacrifice they made for me and my brother to get a Canadian education, for me to get Canadian experience. They really wanted my brother and I to live out their dream. So my dad, being an engineer, said, "Richie, thou shalt be an engineer." So I pursued engineering when I was in university, and I thought that was going to be like, you know, like my single path. So I went into university, and I realized after first year that that wasn't really what I wanted to do. And so that was kind of a turning point for me to say, okay, like, what are you going to do, Richie? And so it was really a point where I could self-discover who I really wanted to be and what I wanted to do. So I pursued computer science, graduated. So I ticked off the box, finished school. There was another box, get a job. So I did that, went into corporate banking. The other box was find a husband, did that. Have children, check, check. So in my life, I have been following all the steps. My parents were like, in order for you to be successful, you have to do this, this, and this. But again, I wasn't really fully happy. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do until I decided to venture into a kitchen and I decided to bake my daughter Cassidy's first birthday cake. And I discovered something that didn't exist inside of me before, which was my creative passion. But my creative passion not only introduced me to become an entrepreneur, it helped me. I found my Filipino-ness in my business. I knew what my identity was as a Zambian. I knew my identity as a Canadian, but I didn't know where I fit in as a Filipina until I started making ube, calamansi, desserts, and I was sharing those flavors with people around the world. And I could tell my story of what I grew up as a child. So my entrepreneurial adventure, creating Filipino desserts, connected me to who I was. And so I was an entrepreneur and then eventually found my way to becoming an MP. And I was motivated to come here because we really needed representation. You heard Al say it, I'm literally the only one. And we need more of us to be able to step up, but most importantly to see that in spaces, whether it's municipal, provincial, or federal, we belong there. And then we need our young people to be encouraged to step up into leadership roles. Why? There's 1 million of us across this country. That's 1 in every 39 Canadians is of Filipino descent. And each one of you shared with me today all of your different interests, the things that you love, the things that you represent, and sometimes your list is far too long. Yeah. But that is the type of involvement. We need more of our stories to be shared. We need more people to know our contributions. And the more that we can do that, the more stronger we're going to be when we work together and we collaborate. So I just wanted to share a little bit about myself. And it's been an incredible journey being able to represent the Filipino community. It isn't easy. But what's made it easier is when I visit communities like yours, you all welcome me. So really, salamat. Maraming salamat po. I want to also share a little bit of a lot of people ask me, Richie, so you've been there since 2021. What have you done for me lately? I get that question a lot. And so, I mean, from a Filipino community perspective, we have a lot of nurses in the room. I heard a few. One of the programs or the pathways into coming to Canada is the caregiver program. The caregiver program today, 90%, if not more, are from a Filipino descent. So for caregivers, we've been able to change some of the policies so that when you come here as a caregiver, instead of 24 months, within 12 months, you'll be able to get your permanent residencies. That is something we've advocated for, and it's happened. Second, foreign credentials. Foreign credentials resides with the province, we know that. But federally, we've invested a significant amount of money to help unlock foreign credentials because my mom went through the same thing. She went back to school, worked multiple jobs. So foreign credentials is something that we, even through Budget 2024, we're reinvesting in foreign credentials again so that we can have more of our kababayans, their credentials recognized when they come here, whether it's your healthcare or in housing and many different industries, and we will continue to do that. Third, I think this one's been huge. Through our Indo-Pacific strategy, we have been able to really unlock travel between countries. So if you are a regular known traveler, you can come to Canada visa-free. It was a very hard thing to advocate for, but we're on the list. And I mean, there's not too many countries that can say that. You can come here back and forth, visa-free travel, which is both cheaper and easier for that to happen. We also opened last year, I was able to witness the opening of our very first office within Manila so that we can help make it quicker and faster for our kababayans to travel back and forth. We have done a lot. We made a lot of progress. We're not done yet, and we're going to continue to do that. But bigger scale, we know even in Montreal, housing is the single most important focus because of the dire need. We're facing housing challenges since World War II, but we're going to continue to invest in housing because we need it. So housing is very important. Continuing into making life more affordable through a $10 a day childcare program, and through many different initiatives to help support our entrepreneurs, our small businesses, etc. But I can kind of go on and on. But the point is, we are very invested in taking care of all of you, and that includes all of our kababayans here in Montreal and across Canada. And so being here today, it's our 75 years of Canada-Philippine relations. It's really an honor for me to be able to celebrate with all of you. And I'm really proud to say that I get to witness and be here because I get to share your story when I travel, because actually there's so many communities that do not have a community center at all, zero. And they're begging and pleading for one. So I get to say, in Montreal, we have a Filipino Community Center. So again, thank you so much for being here. I just wanted to share a few things with all of you. Maraming salamat po.
Oh, well. So, Rechie, thank you so much for being here. It is amazing. Now, you do have MPs that are also Filipino, right? Adopted Filipino. We are Filipinos by choice, not by birth. But it's great to have Rechie here. And the one thing that I wanted to mention that Rechie didn't bring up is remember the dental program.
Yes.
Which this year only applies to those of you who are 65 and over, so nobody in this room. But we need, Julie, remember, not 65 yet. But if you have not done so, please register if you're 65 or over or 18 and under, because everybody whose family income is below $90,000 qualifies. And just like Medicare, it's so important that we take care of our gums and our teeth.
Yeah.
And this is an initiative that our government has brought forward that allows people to have a more holistic view of health. And pharmacare, which starts with diabetes medication, which starts with contraceptives, is also starting. So again, these are really important things. And my last little comment, because I wanted to tell Rechie, one of the reasons that we actually need a bigger community center and a nicer community center, and I'm really hoping that we design a program that will allow Filipino communities across this country to get federal monies to apply for community centers, is that the community here has unique challenges that don't exist in the rest of Canada. The Quebec government's laws with respect to language limit the opportunities of Filipino Canadians living in Quebec, both with respect to immigration here and staying here permanently, and with respect to services that they get from the Quebec government. For example, Quebec has passed a bill now that says that unless you have the right to English schooling in Quebec, or which requires you to have been educated, your parents to have been educated in English in Canada, you don't have the right to get government services in English, which is incredibly difficult, which means that Filipino Canadians are going to need to do more to help one another access government services. And so we're hoping, again, that there are pathways where the federal government can assist the community here in getting money to access those services. for example, to have people accompany people to appointments. So, in any ways, you being here is a great step. It's a positive thing for the whole community, and I know you're going to be coming to festivals in the summer. We have many festivals.
Yes.
You know, I know that the FFCAQ is going to have an event. I know FAMAS has an event. Pista Sanayon will happen this year. We have the celebration, the anniversary dinner. So we'll look forward to seeing you in Montreal this summer. And I don't know, Steph and Sunny, if you wanted to say anything?
Yes.
Steph, another honorary Filipino?
Sure. Magandang hapon po, everybody. Everybody, give it up for Anthony Housefather, the best MP in Quebec. I'm going to speak very briefly. Thank you for visiting FAMAS. It's been a pleasure every time we get to speak, to share, and your interest in Montreal and in Quebec and the nuances. I feel like you're growing as a politician, but also as a representative of different people and more people every time we meet. So. Good luck in the leadership race when Justin steps down. I just wanted to add a few more things to the list of accomplishments over the last 10 years for the Filipino community. There's a lot of small improvements. As you know, I worked for Anthony for 6 years, and when Anthony first got elected,
he made my office.
Julia knows how to do everything I do. You don't have to go see Julia to help her out. The Canada Summer Jobs Program, for example, only had about $130,000 in this whole area. And now it's over $1 million.
950,000.
The New Horizons for Senior program, we had 2 recipients. One got $25,000, one got $5,000. Now there's over 12 every year that get $25,000 that help with seniors programming. And Anthony's office will help you apply for it. It's accessible. There's the Enabling Accessibility Program, which allows places like this to add ramps. This is something we're working on with FAMAS. It takes structures, often several years, but this is something the federal government has put in place to continue regardless of who's in power. This is a structured program to help aging community centers, as well as the Security Infrastructure Program, which under Anthony's leadership has not only been multiplied 20 times over, but used to only apply towards religious institutions that are under threat. And one of the first things Anthony did was make sure that community centers that get spray painted or get the flag burnt down, or even if it's someone within your own community that's targeting your institutions, it's a matter of safety for those who attend these places, that they don't have to think about security concerns. And I honestly laud the leadership of Nita Carapaz for really targeting the security of the institution as a primary feature for the improvement of this location. So even if it takes a few years for the money to be there, the security will be there immediately, and that'll bring the place up in standards.
Hopefully while she's still president.
Nita doesn't really want to be president. She, her husband's forcing her to do it. So I just wanted to say thank you again for gathering and listening to our leaders. Stephanie and I have served only for, since as long as Rechie has. We often look at what she's been through over the last 2.5 years, and we see it as an opportunity to learn, because everything she's gone through, it just feels like it's through accelerated mode and speed up, and she's only taken positive steps in politics. Whenever I see her on social media, I encourage you to follow both of them, but what Rechie's doing on social media specifically is extremely positive. It's trying to reach people and teach them and educate them about how to access services more. And when I worked for Anthony, and now the leadership that I see in Rechie, and the extremely bright star that's sitting next to me that someday will do even greater things, I just want to say thank you to everyone in this room for being patient with us and teaching us along the way, as you guys have been here for decades and decades and decades before us. And we're just hoping to be the bridge between the next generation and what they will do and what you guys have done in the past. So thank you, Madam.
I'll be very brief. Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat for gathering here with us on a Monday afternoon. We are so lucky to have 2 advocates for the Filipino community, not just here in Montreal, but in all of Canada. We have the strongest voice here in Quebec. We have MP Anthony Housefather, that I consider a great friend and a great leader. And now we have Ate Rechie. It's not easy to be one of the first to be elected in anything. And Ate Rechie is the first Filipino elected at the federal level. And I, as you all know, am the first Filipino elected in the province of Quebec in general. And it's a huge responsibility and a great honor, because you're navigating a world, a system that you don't know how necessarily to move the dial, right? How do you get your voice heard? How do you get your issues prioritized? And the reality of the Filipino community is that we have a lot of different issues and a lot of different obstacles that are very similar to other communities. It isn't just distinct to ours. And I think that's the great thing about how they've been able to be voices for our community, is that they've been able to also bridge the gap in the other communities that are dealing with the same issues that we have. We have an aging population, we have the kind of community that is intergenerational, that we don't leave each other behind, and that creates also responsibility and burdens for the generation under, you know. We don't put our relatives in seniors' homes, that's not what we do. And it is a different struggle for us. So I just want to say thank you again for coming and listening to us. It's not easy, we have a lot of struggles, from, you know, the young generation to the older generation, and also how do we bridge the gap between those different generations. But we will always be an ally to you, and we will always be here to listen and help, just as we do here for our Filipino community. So maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat sa support po ninyo, and it's always an honor to be with the community. Thank you. Because she has to catch a flight, so we have to do it like
Thank you. 6 in a row.
It's perfect.
Yes.
For sure.
Thank you.
Thank you po.
Thank you. Invite you for our speech.
Sure. Yeah, for sure. Just let Anthony know.
No problem. Thank you for all your hard work.
I just do it with them, and I'll do it with you.
Civic duty nyo yan, balik naman
Go. He's leaving soon. If you want your picture, go now.
You got it?
If you want your picture, line up. Let's go. The first Honourable Filipina-Canadian. Let's go. Won't be the last unless you get a picture. Come on.
Oh my God, that's
Definitely didn't book enough time to get down.
This is the last video.
Great to see you. I'll come out with you.
We'll be back so I promise you. Say bye.
Now you're done. I got you.